Welcome to Inside OTHM, the podcast where we go behind the scenes, inside the ideas, and into the impact shaping OTHM today. This is Inside OTHM. Welcome back, everybody, to the Inside OTHM podcast. My name is Tom, and I'm your host. And today's episode, we're going to be focusing on how to become an OTHM Approved Centre, the support you can get from that, and also beyond that as well. And to help us unpack that today, I'm here with our partnerships team. And I just thought maybe you guys could introduce yourselves, tell us a little bit about your role, and a little bit more about yourselves.
So my name's Rebecca Donaldson. I'm the Academic Partnership Manager at OTHM Qualifications. So my role is working with Sarah in the partnerships team to kind of help centres who are interested in approving to become an OTHM centre and, working with them to submit their application. I also work in university progression pathways as well. As part of my role. So kind of facilitating pathways from our diplomas into university programs.
Thank you, Rebecca. So I'm Sarah. I'm the regional partnership here at OTHM. So yes, I work closely with Rebecca, and then we bring in centres on board with OTHM. We basically interview them and see if they're a suitable partner, and if they are a suitable partner, we work closely with the centres.
Wonderful. It's a pleasure having you both here. So before we get into the main part of the podcast, what does partnerships actually mean to you both individually?
So for me, it will be a relationship, a strong relationship with the centre. And also after they are on board with us, that is also really important to us as an organisation as well, because we want centres to be able to rely on us, so they know that we are able to support them in everything that they need to succeed.
Yeah, similarly to what Sarah said, I think a lot of partnerships to me is built on relationships and kind of working collaboratively, with another institution for mutual benefit as well. And hopefully partnerships are long-standing and collaborative.
Wonderful, that's really, really insightful. So now we're moving on to the journey of becoming an OTHM Approved Centre. So could you maybe just talk us through, like, when a centre actually goes, I want to become an OTHM Approved Centre, what is the process like for that?
So the first step in the process is filling out an initial inquiry form, which we have on our website. And it's quite a brief form, but it does inform us of your centre details, your rationale initially for applying, and also just a little bit of information on what subjects you're interested in delivering, etc. And that really helps Sarah and I to get a good idea of who you are initially, before we then meet you online, and that will be the next step. So we do like to have like a face-to-face, even if it's online meeting with the centre initially, to get to know them better, and also to provide them with information on how to apply in terms of the application form, the documentation evidence that we require as part of the application process. Sarah, I'm sure you would agree it's quite a supportive process, and we're happy to provide feedback to them along the way.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, you can tell how much you guys are involved in the support of getting them to become a centre. It's more about that collaboration process. So with that as well, you touched on like how you kind of communicate with the centres. Is there anything particularly that you have, like a piece of advice for prospective centres who want to become an OTHM Approved Centre? Is there anything that you would suggest for whilst they're going through that process or thinking about starting the process? Is there anything in particular that you may have come across before that was a challenge for certain centres that you may want to advise them on to help support them in that process?
Yeah, so I think it definitely has to be right for them, the right timing, the right resources, and all of them just come at the same time. Mm-hmm. There's no rush to it, it has to be right for them.
Yeah, I agree with what Sarah said. I think it's really good to take some time before to think about your rationale and how OTHM is going to fit in with your current offering and your objectives that you have as well. And, having a look at your expertise in terms of what you want to deliver and, ensuring that you've got a good faculty and, the resources to deliver the qualifications. I think that's really important as well.
Wonderful, awesome. So now we kind of talked about the journey, essentially. We'll move on now to kind of the impact of becoming a OTHM Approved Centre. But that is the question. What is the impact of becoming an OTHM Approved Centre? What does that do for those education centres around the world?
Yeah, I think, well, because our qualifications are Ofqual regulated and, they're UK recognised qualifications, it opens up doors for students, to study globally. So, once they've completed their OTHM diploma, they can use that to apply to university top-up programs, bachelor's, master's. And as a centre, having that selling point and being able to offer those opportunities to students has a massive impact in terms of student recruitment.
So would you say that they kind of being an OTHM Approved Centre helps them to stand out against other competitors as well?
Yeah, definitely. And all of our centres that we approve, they go through vigorous checks. Mm-hmm. So this is to ensure high learning quality standards for our learner, to ensure that the learners have good learning environment and it's all fit for purpose. So definitely for a centre point of view, this being accredited to become an OTHM Approved Centre means a lot to them and to us.
Perfect. That sounds really, really great. And so for you personally, in your roles, what has been like the most most rewarding moment or biggest lesson that you've learned from obviously working in partnership with approved centres or potential centres as well?
I think focusing at quality, quality education, that is really, really important for us as an awarding organisation. I'm here for quite some time in the organisation, and then I start to see more and more like universities, big colleges are starting to approach us to work with us. So I just think that we just keep doing what we're doing and focus at quality.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point, Sarah. And on a personal level for myself, I know that I find it particularly rewarding and I enjoy when we get to go out and visit centres as well. So I know Sarah has been, in different places around the world, as have I, and it's really nice to see the operation, physically as it's happening, and to have the discussions with the centre and to discuss their plans for the future, and I find that really rewarding.
And on that note, what is it about the watching centres grow and thrive, being in partnership with OTHM? What is it about that really, inspires you to keep going in your roles as well?
Yeah, I think going to some of the graduation ceremonies, you really get to see the end result of what OTHM is and what we do on a daily basis. And seeing the kind of interactions with the students and their teachers and the support staff at the centres, and just seeing the relationships that they've built with them, and then getting the final result, their OTHM certificate. I think that's the best part. That's what it's all for, really.
And what about you, Sarah? Obviously when you engage with your centres, how is that empowering, when you, say, for example, if they've been in partnership with us for a few years now, how is that when you get back in touch with them and hear how much they're thriving? How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel really proud, and I'm just so happy for them that they have succeeded. They started off with not having any learners at all, and then now you see some centres they're just doing absolutely amazing, and then it just makes me feel like I love my job, and we'll just keep going.
Awesome. So now we've just kind of uncovered a bit more about how to become an OTHM Approved Centre, the impact of that, and how you guys work in collaboration with our centres. Let's now look at the future of partnerships. So what excites you both about the future of partnerships of OTHM? What is in store that you can kind of give us a bit of insight to, or, you know, personally as well, how are you feeling about the future of partnerships?
For me, I personally love it when I manage to penetrate the market, like different market, like different countries. So yeah, so for me, that's in that sense. Yeah.
I mean, we've been working on recently with our two newer qualifications, aviation and beauty therapy. And, you know, it's really exciting to reach new markets in that respect. I agree, even from my perspective as well. Yeah, it's really rewarding to kind of get in touch with them, and, you know, they may even heard about OTHM as well, which is also a bonus. So it's moments like that that are really, really great. What about you, Rebecca?
Yeah, I agree with Sarah. Penetrating like new markets is something that we're hoping to do in the future, and also just continuing to grow. You know, I think we've grown our number of approved centres to, you know, over 400. Just continuing on that trajectory, and I think we learn, you know, continuing to learn about new markets as well, and we do that, you know, meeting with new centres. You know, we're quite lucky that we get to meet with people on a daily basis from all over the world, and I personally, you know, learn a lot from them about their local context as well.
Amazing. And what would be one thing you guys would want prospective centres to know about OTHM Partnerships team, and why?
Yeah, just that we're here to help, I suppose.
We are a bunch of friendly people here, okay? And I think just, you know, we are here to support you to become a successful approved centre with us, you know? You know, for me, I always believe this: if our centre succeeds, only then we as an awarding organisation succeeds. So let's work hard together.
No, I really like that ethos. It's definitely, I kind of get a really good sense that the partnerships here is that you thrive so much on collaboration, which is really, really, really great. Just to sum up, like in your personal, what is one thing in your role that you love to do the most when it comes to partnerships with centres?
For me, I love to answer questions. So yeah, I mean, whenever centres have a lot of questions and they need a lot of support and help, I just love to help them.
I mean, you're constantly on the phone, Sarah. That's amazing to, like, you know, you're instantly there to help support them. And I think that's really important that, you know, when you're, you know, communicating with these centres, you know, that instant response you give them is brilliant. And it's really great that we, you know, kind of have that relationship with our centres, which is amazing. What about you, Rebecca?
Yeah, similarly, like I suppose in partnerships, there's no silly questions, and it's about having that open dialogue where you can feel free to ask anything that you need to, and hopefully we're friendly and approachable.
That's amazing. So, well, thank you so much for all your insights. That was really, really informative. And I think that's all the time we have today. So if you are thinking of becoming an OTHM Approved Centre, please get in touch with us. You can get in touch with the team here at partnerships@othm.org.uk. They'll be more than happy to assist you. Please visit our website and follow us on our socials. Just search for OTHM Qualifications. And on there, you can get further updates of new things that are coming, new qualifications, new events, things like that. And remember to like and subscribe to our podcast. And please do get in touch if you've got any ideas as to what kind of subjects you want us to talk about in the future. Thank you so much, guys, for participating, and it's been wonderful having you, and we should see you guys in the next podcast.
Thank you for having us.